I remember the flood like it was yesterday. I'll never forget that. What a mess that was. Oh my God. Open the back door and see this entire floor with 2 inches of water on it. And then looking down, seeing the hose for the dishwasher spraying water, pumping water on the floor. I remember yanking open the door under the sink and turning off the water supply. But seeing all the water, everything under this much water, I immediately thought, I better look downstairs because water goes down. Sure enough, I looked downstairs. Remember the big bubble in the ceiling? And literally, as we're standing there watching, it busted open.
Damn.
I'm like, this is crazy. And then the owner of the house wasn't in any really big hurry to fix it. Because I called him, like, we need to get some big fans in here to dry this place out, get someone downstairs to suck up all the water. And he said, well, I'll help my friend bring a fan by later. He brought one fan, that's all they did. All your stuff was soaked, covered with plaster. What I probably should have done was made an insurance claim on it and get you all new stuff. Because technically it was flood damaged. I didn't think about that at the time. Using my renter insurance to do that, make a claim. That definitely would have been worth a claim. But I didn't think of it at the time. I didn't think of it until a few years later. Johnny K would come by sometimes. I had a motorcycle then, used to park it in front of the house. Yeah, we have had our share of memories. I like to remember the trips we've been on.
Texas, California, Chicago.
2 times. Cedar Point, Dayton, Ohio, the Air Force Museum. And then the newer ones, Kentucky.
Yeah.
To see Andy, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
To see Jeff.
Enjoy Kentucky.
It was okay. I liked it for the racetrack.
Yeah.
Being able to race that Corvette, that was fun.
What do you remember from Kentucky?
What for Kentucky?
What do you remember what we did in Kentucky?
Oh, I remember we stayed in the hotel.
Yep.
And we visited Andy and had dinner with him and Maria.
Yep.
And his cooking's very good.
Yep.
Just talked and
What else do you remember in Kentucky?
road raging. I'd prefer not to remember. I didn't know that that's one of
Boy,
those.
what happened? I forgot.
Well, we got flipped off. We were behind a car. The light turned
Oh
green.
my God, that's right.
The light turned green, and they waited, and they waited, and
Yeah.
they waited. And I tooted the horn because they were doing this with the phone.
Yeah.
This sucks. Okay. They were doing that with the phone. So,
Yep.
I tooted them and they flipped me off. I got mad.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I would have reacted differently now, but I got mad then. So we did Bowling Green.
Bowling Green.
This summer I'd love to go to Pennsylvania. You go like Pittsburgh.
Yep.
That's a 4-hour drive. We can get there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Once when Coelho used to work midnights, on nights he was off, he'd have to stay awake, otherwise it would mess his sleep schedule up. So he'd watch TV all night, and I would hang out with him sometimes. This is before you moved in with me, before you were born actually. We used to watch TV with him. And one night it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, watching the same crap on TV. That's when he had Sasha. Not Sasha, Cal. He had Cal as his police dog. I said, why don't we go out, let's go to Pittsburgh and have breakfast. I mean, it's such a crazy idea. Pittsburgh's another state, another city. And he said, well, how long does it take to get there? I said, 4.5 hours. If we leave now, we'll get there by breakfast time, and then we leave after breakfast time, get you home in time for you to go to bed. You sleep for the night. Okay. Got Cal in the car. It's my car, I think. And,
What's that?
that's just one of my credit things. Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
It's nothing. So, we got in the car and we drove to Pittsburgh. Just talking the whole way. At nighttime. We got there when the sun was coming up. There was a little diner we had breakfast at. Drove a loop around the city, back to the freeway, and came back. So, yeah, Pittsburgh's not far. We went in the wintertime, but it'd be more fun in the summer.
We should go to together at some point.
We should. It'd be like a 2-day trip or something.
Cheap.
Now, Philadelphia is a historic city, and that's further out, whereas Pittsburgh is 4 hours out. I think Philadelphia is like 8. There's drive to New Jersey or New York to the beaches. And those are pretty inexpensive gas, a not expensive hotel, eating, budget foods along the way. I think we could do that pretty cheap. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we could do it in a long weekend, like a Friday through Monday or Thursday through Monday. That'd be fun. That would be fun. Let me see if I can remember any of the memories from the trips we went on. I remember Chicago, the first time we went, it was warm weather, and you and Papa swam in the pool a lot. You guys also swam a lot at Frankenmuth.
Yeah.
You and Papa swam in the pool, and I was impressed with what a good swimmer you were, because I'm not a big fan of swimming. I like to sit in the water, but I only swim under it. You were like diving in.
How about Jerry?
Papa's a great swimmer too, was.
Yeah.
Great swimmer. So I think he was happy that you turned out to be a real good swimmer too. I think you got that for your mom side of the family.
Mama YMCA camp.
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Camp as a kid.
2 times, 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. And then I remember you going to YMCA when you were at Groves with Tyler. You would walk, like walk 2 miles on the treadmill.
Yep.
That was very impressive. So Chicago was fun. Ate a lot of good food. Took the train both ways. And I remember going to Chicago the second time was the middle of winter, like the second year. And you liked the doorman in the hotel. You used to talk to him for a long time.
Who?
The doorman, the guy that opens the door at the hotel. You were like his buddy. And he was like your buddy. He was a really nice guy, Mexican guy, Hispanic guy.
Oh, jeez.
And he learned your name right away. And every time you would go to the door, he would open for you and say, "Welcome, Master William." And Master's what English people, UK people call young men, Master William.
Yep.
My parents, my grandfather and grandma called me Master Dan when I was growing Master Dan. But yeah, you liked him, and we went to the very top of the Sears Tower.
What was the name of the restaurant I got drunk?
Well, you didn't get drunk.
Almost.
You tasted something weird.
Yeah.
That was Pappas.
The Pappas?
That's a seafood restaurant chain, and that was the one in Houston.
Yep.
That was a good trip too. You got a chance to meet some people.
Yeah, I got drunk.
Yeah. We liked you.
Yeah.
We drove and got real barbecue. Remember that?
Yep.
Incredible, awesome real barbecue from Texas.
We see but a hotel. We see but
Yeah, we slept in a hotel, and then Papa had one room, we had the other.
yeah.
That's when Papa woke up and walked into the hall of the hotel naked.
Yeah.
Or his underwear on. He locked his door behind him, and I had to let him into my place, and he had to call a man and let him in.
Didn't that answer?
Oh yeah. So Jerry had to dash across the hall back to the room. He thought it was the bathroom door. He thought he was in his own bedroom, and he thought that he was going to open the bathroom door to use the bathroom, and it was the door to the hallway.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. And we took the train both times.
Yeah.
We had some good food. Well, we walked around, and it was cold. That's another reason that I wouldn't want to live in Chicago. It's cold. The wind, snow's about the same, but the cold is colder in Chicago because it blows in off the lake, and it's a lot colder than here. But Chicago is a nice city. I could have seen myself living there. Who knows what the future holds? If I can get an apartment where I can get stuff delivered, I don't really have to go out, and I don't have to own a car, because it's really expensive to own a car in Chicago. I can go without one. A lot of people do. It's like New York City. Most people don't own cars. It costs as much to park a car as it does to get an apartment. So you basically, all you do is in those cities, you take subway, trains, taxis, Ubers. That's all people do. And really everything's in walking distance. Within a block of wherever you live, there's usually a market. There's usually a CVS or Walgreens. A couple little restaurants, so you don't have to walk far in your neighborhood. I know I work with 2 people that live in New York. My friend Chris I work with, super nice guy, lives in Brooklyn. And he wasn't originally from Brooklyn, he was from like Washington State. He moved there, I think, with his wife. then another woman named Eva. No, Eva. This Eva lives in Brooklyn as well. So if we ever went there, we'd have to say hello to them. They're both nice people.
You know, we almost live in, what was the country's name we almost lived in? I was 12.
Philippines?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to go there because I thought I'd have better opportunities if I could keep doing work. If I could have kept doing work for Andy, because American money is so much more valuable there. It's not the same as Filipino money. If I was only making $30,000 a year from Andy, that's like being a millionaire there. And I was in love with Precious at the time. And she said, "Why don't you guys come live here? We got a house and get William in school." She even went to talk to a few headmasters, teacher principals.
Yeah.
And they said they could definitely get you in. We could reach there. Of course, you would have learned, by now you have learned a second language. You have learned the Philippine language, which is called Tagalog. You know how to speak that, because everyone around you can speak it. Everyone learns English when they're like in first grade, so everyone speaks English. But a lot of people just speak their native language. We didn't go. And impressed me. I didn't like Michigan at the time. There was no work. I was stuck working for Andy, and that sucked. So it was a super stressful time. But at every time, I always tried my best to give you a safe, clean, comfortable home, and to make sure you had all the food you liked. I think I did that.
Is this Farfield?
No, this is going to be Howell.
Can we go Farfield Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Yeah, eat something, because
This
I
is the
get
outlet store passing here. We still got to go here. It won't be real good. If I ever pick you up during the day,
Please visit.
at nighttime we come by, it's closed, but if I ever pick you up in the daytime coming this way, then we could definitely go in there. Think about what you might need for the spring. I want a spring jacket. I want to get you a couple pair of jeans. I'd like to get you a couple different pair of shoes, but maybe the slip-ons. Like I
want to get tie shoes too. I'm going to stop doing that.
Oh, you want to get tie shoes too?
Yeah, besides, yeah.
I'll get you a pair of each. So we can do that, maybe around your birthday or after, before May. It would just be like if I were to pick you up on a Saturday morning. We could stay.
Like I said, I can't make any promises my next visit.
I know.
But
But just
doing my
if
best.
it ever lines up that way,
Yeah.
we can stop. I'm excited to hear what you hear tomorrow at your meeting.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of phone calls tomorrow, so you can call or text me.
It's actually Thursday, mate.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah, I keep thinking today's Wednesday. So even when you left, we didn't leave under good terms. I was very
Yeah, my
grateful.
fault.
I'm not assigning fault, because I know I contributed. If I didn't have that temper tantrum that day,
It was Jacob's fault. Because
Yeah, I
I
know.
thought you never want to get help.
No,
So he lied to me about that part.
we didn't.
I was close by telling you before you leave, but I'm afraid you didn't believe me.
You were always truthful.
But
with
Jacob
me.
lied to me.
You were always truthful with me, so
Yeah.
I don't have any reason to doubt you.
He said that you would deny it. Having tempos.
And did I deny it? I
Nope.
didn't. I said, yeah, I got a problem.
That's what I
I'm working
thought,
on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you moving out was the one thing that got me going to get the mental health care I needed, because I don't like having tempers. I don't like I have a temper. I'm so tired afterward. I gotta go to my room and shut the door and then let myself cool down, and that wasn't an effective way of dealing with things. I need to address the temper, just not have it. So I have. I mean, when you're not around, I get mad sometimes. I was mad working on the car. I don't know if you heard me swear. I was in the garage. I was trying to get things working out. Like, oh, damn it.
Well, that's fine when I meant like breaking dishes, slamming doors, breaking furniture.
That was a problem. Yes.
Yeah.
That was definitely a problem.
I swear all the time when I get angry.
I know.
But now like, sorry.
Well, I've worked.
Like saying, wow, it's, yeah.
I don't know if I was in denial or just didn't think of how they affected me, because I was mad at myself. Because I either ruined a dinner or spilled something. It's nothing you ever did. And I thought that if I had them and went in my room and came back, everything would be okay. But I didn't realize how they affected me. And one night I just did. I just came out and I was laying in bed and I realized it.
I mean, we We had issues at Birmingham House and with apartments a couple times.
I was stressed and not handling my anger.
Because Jacob lied at me.
I mean, I've had issues with temper before.
Yeah, that's why I almost moved out. Remember the way apartment almost moved out, but we didn't. We switched to bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember why we switched the bedrooms and why that made you stay. Did you just not like that room?
I don't remember. Maybe it was small. I don't know. All I remember is that I want to live in Jerry at the time. You remember?
Yeah. And they said they couldn't take you because they were too old to keep up with you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I needed to have that moment where I realized how bad these things were affecting the people around me.
Well, Jacob lied at me, you know.
Well, he did.
And you know what else he lied at me? At the red apartment, you were never gonna find work.
Well,
That was a big lie.
like I said, he never owns took his foot off of this. You know, he did. The other thing is, right about 2011,
2011.
2012 is when he stopped talking to me. And 2011, actually, we moved into the Philippines. The reason why I was staying around here, well, you were living with me at the time, was to have a relationship with Jacob and my parents. And I thought, well, now Jacob never wants to talk to me again. But he stopped knowing me all those years ago. I could have converted to being a woman. I could have been transsexual. He wouldn't have known it. But yet he's making judgments of me based on nothing other than his dislike for me and how he wants to influence you to dislike me too. And he almost got that for me.
That's probably one of the reasons he doesn't talk to me, because I'm not on his side. I'm on your side.
I think you're right. I mean, if he knows we're living together again, he's pissed off because he didn't get his way.
Yeah.
He's being a little brat. So, he's a man-child. He's just
I agree with you.
emotionally immature.
I agree with you.
He's going to have to learn.
I was a man-child back in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's over. You now know that I was getting help. I am getting help. I was trying to get help. In the Red House, I did a lot of therapy. Because you were in school. I went to Southfield with the Crazy Eyes guy.
What Red House?
Baldwin House? No.
The first house? Yeah, I'm over. Yep.
No, actually, it was mostly in the Red Apartment. I was going to Easter Seals, where Crazy Eyes was. I was going there every week. But you were at school, so you didn't know, and I didn't bring it up.
Maybe I just was special needs. I don't know what field he is. Maybe.
I don't think you did. I think that's something you learned.
I do remember the funny eyes.
Yeah.
He always made me cry.
Yeah.
I don't know, something for me. Like,
you were having. I don't think you were having tantrums, but we got you there for a reason to talk to the one doctor. Our insurance had sucked ever since 2010. Now my insurance is better. But I had sucky insurance, and I think we had you talk to the doctor once or twice. I forgot what it was for. But you didn't go there on a regular basis. I went there on a regular basis. I was there every week getting help. And Jacob didn't know that. And if you would have asked, I would have been happy to tell him. Yeah, Jacob, I know I've got emotional problems, and I'm working on them, and I'm on medication. I started medication probably 20 years ago, or actually more than that. Before you were born, like after Sam and I started getting a divorce, I started on medication for depression. And I've been on it ever since. I never quit it for all these years, for 26 years.
It?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I take my medicine every day, twice a day. That's what that thing is on a table by the TV, the medicine table. So I haven't stopped. I haven't given up. Now, one thing I will mention is, and my psychiatrist mentioned it today, they started with me back in March, right? And it's only supposed to be short term. It's not going to be continuous. So sometime in the next few months, I'm going to need to find a new psychiatrist to prescribe my medicine and a new therapist. But I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. I can, therapist, it's now I like.
Yeah, my mom's doing the same thing. Getting help, yep.
Yeah, so it's
Jacob's wrong for the both of you.
He's talking out of his ass.
I agree.
And that means you're saying things you don't know to be true. It's trash talk. I am angry that he tried to influence you the way he did.
Yeah.
But I had real realize there's nothing I can do about it. Because as much as I want to cuss him out, tell him not to interfere again, he'll never read my email and never answer my call. So I
That's just disrespectful.
I just came to the point that, you know what, I'm not going to say anything anymore. And I think it was through Nana and Papa he found out that you were living with me again. Not visiting with me again. I think that bugged him. Anyway, yeah, but you don't give up on people like Jacob does. You gave me a second chance.
And I'm so sorry, all the pain I caused you.
It's all right, man. I mean, I know it's not right, but it's over. It's just it's in our past.
I was a man child.
Well, no, you were being influenced by Jacob.
Yeah.
Someone was taking advantage of the fact that maybe you're special needs, and maybe he spoke to you very honestly, and you trust your brother. But he started feeding you lines of crap. And I'm glad that back in July we started talking again.
Yeah.
That you sort of figured out that I'm getting therapy all the time. I'm getting medicine all the time. I'm going to do my best
Yeah,
to be a better person.
I didn't have a relationship with Jacob in April. Maybe that's why we have a relationship.
Well, he wasn't in your ear all the time telling you what a piece of shit I am. Sorry about this. You sure you don't want sunglasses?
Okay, man.
Alright. So yeah, it's it is what it is.
So it was 1 year together, and I'm so sorry.
I'm a better person for having done my therapy and worked on the things I'm working on. And I'm gonna do everything I can on my part. I haven't had any tantrums since you've been with me.
No?
And you're not gonna see me having tantrums because you're more important than anything in my life. And
Which I'm very, very mad at Jacob about.
well, it's still my hope that someday, maybe it's gonna take me to die first. And I hope someday that he grows up and you guys can have a relationship.
And then I'm going to tell him that you need help.
Yep. Or maybe you just don't talk to me at all. I think having a son is gonna change him a bit. It has to. It changed me when I first had him. It changed me a lot.
Well, you had he contacted you for 3 years, wasn't it? A few years ago?
He did after I had my heart surgery. He found out I was going to have open heart surgery, and I think he felt guilty because I think someone told him, and probably his girlfriend or wife now, said you might want to.
I think it was Joey.
You might want to talk to your dad one last time in case he's not around.
I think it was Joey
again.
Nana.
But he didn't see me before my surgery. He saw me after. Like, he saw me in June or July. I had my surgery in May. I think he saw me in June. We met at Starbucks.
It has to be Joey Nana to tell him that. It can't be his girlfriend. You don't know his girlfriend.
No, but she knew about my situation because when Nana and Papa visited them for dinner, they were all together. So I don't think Jacob would come to his conclusion by himself that maybe he should see your dad, but he should never see him again.
That's something I don't understand. You never met Jacob's girlfriend before.
I have. We used to go to dinner at the Oxford Inn for Papa's birthday. I met her there. I met her a couple times. I met her at not the Oxford at the Clausen. She came to Papa's birthday.
Oh my God, I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were. That's okay. I barely remember it too. But
yeah. How did that happen?
Had I barely remembered it? Or
No, how did Jacob come to see you? I mean,
I still think his girlfriends. I think.
no, how did? What I'm trying to saying is,
How do you make a decision?
how did? I'm sorry, I can't talk right now.
It's okay.
Yes, I remember that crossing,
Yeah.
and now I remember Papa Nana's house. You went to eat dinner with us. Jacob Nana was there. Excuse me, I mean Jacob is.
Life.
Yeah. You remember that part?
I do. I remember. I've seen her twice. That's all
So
I
how
remember.
did Jacob come to see you? He doesn't have the spite of you at Papa Nana's house for dinner once in Crossing.
I think he did it for the sake of Papa. He does it for the sake. I think he wanted to come over, and I think maybe Nana said, you know what? I don't think it's fair to exclude your dad. We'll be around if you start to get afraid of him. But I think you should attend this. And I'm sure I don't know nothing about his wife, but maybe pizza and we could talk. I said, yeah, great. He came by, brought a pizza, we sat at the table, I wasn't nervous. We talked about computers and computer technology.
So he wasn't nervous at the time.
Didn't appear to be, unless he was hiding it. And it wasn't like he came, we ate pizza, and then he ran out the door 30 minutes later. He stayed about an hour and a half.
Huh.
And it gave me every reason to believe that, okay, we're on the right track to progress. But then after that, I continued to be the worst person in the world. So either he was coming because someone told him to, he was coming because he had a conscience attack, but he wasn't coming because he wanted to. He was just coming because he felt he had to. And I'd rather someone, if they feel they have to, I'd rather they just don't do it. I felt like I have to come to your birthday dinner because someone told me I should. Well, then I would rather, no, I'm talking about an example.
Oh, gotcha.
Then I would rather say to that person, and then they'll come. I don't want you coming because you have to. I want you coming to see me because you want to. But he is what he is. He wasn't always that way.
So what happened after the pizza?
After the pizza, it was December, January, February, March, April.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk. I might have sent a couple emails back and forth, but nothing other than a couple sentences. And then when I thought that, you know, they were going to get married in a few months, we had pizza together. You and I, we had the barbecue grill. We cooked burgers a lot. I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll invite Jacob and his fiance by for a burger. Nothing fancy. Just stop by, have a burger, and go. But that's when Jacob got weird.
Okay.
Like, I think you misunderstand what our relationship is.
I don't get it.
And I replied to him. I said, well, I said, you can't. You know, last time we met, we had a nice conversation over pizza. I don't know when it turned bad. When did it turn bad? I asked him, what did I do something at pizza that you seemed happy when you left? He seemed comfortable. He never replied. It's a chicken shit.
I don't get it. That's like ghosting.
Yeah, well, it definitely goes to me.
Yeah.
If he never came back for the pizza,
Yeah.
if all that we did was just meet at Starbucks after I had my surgery, then I wouldn't have been affected by it. I wouldn't have been angry or confused or anything about it. But knowing that we had a good pizza lunch together at the house, we weren't tense, we didn't argue, we didn't bring up the past. We talked about just what we were doing with our work, with our jobs.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And then it was it. All right, bud, take care. Thanks for coming. Hey, thanks. The pizza's really good. Good conversation. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Yeah, I don't get it. That seems
So
weird.
that shows to me he's got maturity issues. And I mean, he's gonna have to grow up quick with a kid. He's gonna have to grow up real fast.
The baby's coming in July, to let you know.
Yeah, that's fine. He's I'll be a grandfather, technically a grandfather, not a real grandfather.
I hate when Jacob's pointing if we're never gonna meet his child.
Did he say that? We didn't say
No,
that.
I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, he definitely says. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, if you won't talk to me at all, I'm not.
I mean, the kid's gonna ask about the grandpa Sunday. I know what a
Yeah,
kid.
you're right. He'll say, "What about? Oh, I've met my grandma. What happened to my grandfather? What's he gonna say? Probably when the kid is 7 or 8.
Yeah,
What's he gonna say?
that's a good
If I
question.
die before then he'll be convenient. Then he'll be say, "Well, he died. He's dead."
That was just
But if I'm
evil.
still alive, he's gonna have to figure it out. I'm
Yeah.
sure he'll make up a story. If he told you that I'm never gonna get help, if I never look for a job, I would be sure for him to say to his son, "No, you don't want to be around Grandpa. He's not a good person."
I'm sorry,
I
man.
believe he would do that. You know what? I don't care.
And well, there'd be a lot of uncles out there, but maybe one day he's gonna ask about me. I mean, I don't know exactly. You missed the exit. You missed the exit, Farfield.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Fuck, you should call my info. I'm sorry, dude.
Okay, we can. What's this?
We'll get the next exit, which
Yeah.
is Ultimus.
Yeah.
It's,
Hey, it's a good thing I organized it.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize
It's
it. I
gonna-
forgot about this because we were talking so much.
Yeah, it's okay.
But good for remembering. We'll get off at 110.
Well, it's kind of my fault. Yeah. Next exit.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's gonna just say the only thing I think maybe will happen is maybe when I'm in my 70s or 80, his son will be old enough. He'll be like a late teenager, 20 years old, whatever.
Yeah.
And he may say, "I want to go find my grandfather."
Did
And then it'll be a first surprise.
anyone do that before?
I mean, yeah, people have done that. I mean, there are sons that like born for single moms. Their dads aren't in the picture. They want to meet their real
I
dad.
really don't know about uncles. Because there could be more than just one uncle.
Well, he's got other uncles.
Yeah.
Great uncles in there too.
Yeah.
Because the only brother I have is Jeff, so he'd be an uncle. Sam's got 5 brothers.
Yeah.
4 brothers. So we'll have 4 uncles and an aunt on her side.
Jacob's the only brother, so I think I'll be the only uncle. Is that right? I don't know how that.
Yeah. You're not an uncle, are you? You're a cousin.
Cousin, uncle.
You're not an uncle.
Jacob's my brother,
Yeah.
and his son, no daughter.
Oh, maybe you are an uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are.
Because Uncle Matt is my uncle, and she's my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be an uncle.
I mean, it's just as shitty that you love little kids. It's just as shitty that Jacob decided to do this to you.
Well, it's gonna be a lot of kids idea. If I'm
I
never,
know.
if I'm not,
You'll find a different way to move forward, but
if I'm never gonna, Jacob said I'm never gonna meet his child someday. So it's,
did he say that?
yeah, when we had that argument.
Argument?
Yeah,
Bitch.
I know.
Bitch.
And he said I never want to see you again. This is it.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah. My bike is normal, but
Oh, and that wasn't Fowlerville. That was Okemos.
that was
We
Alchemist?
talked right past Fowlerville. So we'll jump off when we get to our
Wait, that was Alchemist or
That was
Farfield?
Okemos.
So we're not in Farfield yet, are we?
Past Fowlerville. We didn't even notice it.
Oh
And the
jeez.
exit you saw was Okemos. That was 110. But now I see we've passed those. There's exits along the way.
There's axes, and I know it's Taco Bell. Lansing's Neil Hill, right?
Yeah, we're starting to come around Lansing.
I know there's one off the freeway of Lansing. Let's go to Lansing.
Okay. See if you can remember where it's at. I'll look for Taco Bell side too.
East Lansing, yeah. I grew up in Lansing, so I should remember.
So if he wants to hate me, that's fine. I live with that. But him doing what he did to you,
Yeah.
disowning you because you didn't follow his advice, that's childish. So he's got a couple things to there's a Taco Bell here. He's got a couple things to explain to his kid. Oh, you have a uncle that
There's a really, really bad person coming as stalker. I should not call him that, but what really happened was that we just got to argument about over my mom. It was
you call him a stalker or me a stalker? You call me a stalker.
Jacob.
Or you call him a stalker?
Yeah, for listening to my phone call. I shouldn't have done that because he wasn't, but that's not the only reason we argue. It's just because my mom and you and all this stuff. It's just.
Yeah, he was inserting himself into something that was not his business. I understand him having care and concern for how you're living. And I think he thought that
This way.
Taco Bell's that way.
Oh, you should?
Yeah.
Did they tell you?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
you're
said
right.
that way. That's
Yeah.
fine.
You want to go in or drive through?
Let's do the drive-through.
Alright.
What can you eat in the car?
I gotta look at the menu.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, menu.
Yeah, just get some napkins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get a drink.
I'm gonna get something small.
Like a taco that big.
I'm not gonna get the same thing I did before because I was kind of messy.
There's a Taco Bell on the left. So we'll go up to it.
Good. I know there's a lot of Taco Bells on here.
Take a smell. But you know, it's just when he doesn't get his way, he makes a life decision of excluding someone from his life.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just, man, I think at some point he's going to realize that what he's done is stupid. And he's
And
lost
to
a
you,
lot of time.
especially.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Sam's going to, if there's hell, she's going there. And if I ever
I don't really know Sam that much.
she's a bitch. So I divorced her.
Mm-hmm.
She's evil. And I'm sure that she saw me divorcing her is
Driver, isn't it?
yeah, is ruining
I need 2 minutes to look at the menu because no one's behind me.
Okay.
Probably have like a taco or something.
Okay. I'll get a freeze.
I want to drink too. Can you give me a lemonade or something?
Yeah.
Small.
Of course. Let's see. We got a spot. Last freeze or wild strawberry freeze.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hi, are you checking in an order?
Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, but just a moment.
Take your time, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What chips and cheese?
Mm-hmm.
I want one crunchy taco supreme,
Mm-hmm.
no lettuce,
Mm-hmm.
and do they have a bean rice burrito?
I
Can you
think
ask?
they do. We'll ask.
Okay.
Is there anything that we can help you with?
Yeah. Want to get a regular crunchy taco supreme.
Yep.
Want to get the chips and cheese. Do you guys have a bean and rice burrito?
Yeah, we do.
If we get one of those.
Can you take out the beans though?
You want the beans?
No, just the rice.
Just a rice burrito. I'm sorry, I got a picky.
Just
picky
take
guy.
out the beans. Is that's
Yeah.
okay?
Rice burrito?
Yeah,
Just
Like
take.
no beans,
like no beans. Yeah.
no cheese either.
Yes,
You
cheese.
can, yeah, cheese is fine.
Would you like creamy jalapeno with it also?
Oh, what's that?
Creamy jalapeno, like a dressing.
What is that?
Creamy jalapenos, like a dressing.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Anything else?
Want to get a small lemonade,
Okay.
and I want to get a large wild strawberry freeze.
A large wild strawberry.
That'll do it. Yep.
Was that like the freeze?
Yes, the freeze.
Okay. Would you like to round to the nearest salad for kids in education?
Sure. Yep.
Thank you so much. Your total $60.
Thank you. Why don't you move my glasses and put them in here,
Yeah.
so you got that extra spot for your drink?
I'm gonna take a shower tonight, which you know.
Oh, that's fine.
I take shower 2 times.
Good.
Just put it down. Damn it, I'm sweaty.
Turn the heat down. You can adjust that because we have 2 separate things.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't. Yeah.
You can always You can always change that up or down.
$16.
There you go.
Would you like any sauce in your bag?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Turn it way down.
No, cold. I'm sorry. No,
You're cold
wait,
now?
no, hot.
Hot.
God.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I got it.
Be okay. We could park in the parking lot. A little bit. That's
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
yeah. Can we just be in the parking lot a little bit?
Pull over here.
I mean, we can go, man. Just park in the parking lot for a few minutes.
It's fine. We'll just park it here for a few minutes. How's that?
What bus? Oh, it's a bus?
Tour bus.
No, I'm gonna go back to Lansing someday. Not Rivendell.
Just to hang out.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking maybe move to Lansing someday. Maybe.
Yeah, that's something.
I know it's a bad area, but
Well, there's better areas in Lansing. There's like the suburbs.
mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't live in the middle city of it
Yeah.
because it's rough.
Mhm. Like, I was thinking near Lansing, but next couple of years. But before I move out of state, I like to live in Lansing
Sure.
because I was born there, and
Yeah.
and there was some memories I have